Well, it's finally time to put these tomatoes into bigger pots. Hi, it's Kayla with 5 Canadian Acres, and today I'm going to show you how to up pot our tomatoes. So how do you know when it's time to put your seedlings into bigger containers? What you need to look for is their first set of true leaves. I'll show you here on this tomato. You can see these little leaves here are what we call the cotyledons. So those are their first set of leaves that come out of the seeds. And now these leaves here, which look like a tomato leaf, are their true leaves. So once we see that first set of true leaves come on, we can go ahead and up pot them. The really neat thing about tomatoes is that we can actually bury the stem. Their little hairy stems here will actually grow new roots when you put them in the soil. The other thing we need to do is separate them. Because I put more than one seed in each cell, what we're going to do is we're going to gently separate them and put each into its own container so that it doesn't have to compete with any other plants. So I've already pre-filled my next size up container here with some damp soil. I always like to make the soil damp first because if you put in dry soil, then you water it, it's going to change the structure a lot. So by having it damp first, then we're going to be able to save the structure a little bit so when we put our seedling in, the roots won't be disturbed too much. So I'm going to start with these guys. So what I'm going to do, this one just has 2 in the cells, so it's fairly simple. I'm just going to kind of gently squeeze the bottom and it'll just basically fall out. You can see these little guys, like look at those roots on there already. So because I just have 2, I'm going to go ahead and stick my fingers in here and get a nice, really deep pocket. I'll do 2 here. And I'm gently just going to tease these apart. Loosen up the soil a little bit. It's okay if you break some roots. You just want to try to keep as many intact as you can. So I've got a nice set of roots on each. I'll set that there for now. It wants to go right in. So I'm just going to let this go in. Nice big hole. Drop those roots in really far down. Get that stem nice and buried in there. And that's just it. Same with this guy. We'll just push him right in there. You can go all the way up to that first set of leaves. Just like that. And we'll go ahead and do these with the rest. If you only had one, just make a nice big hole in here and we'll just push it really far down and bury that stem. Make sure to water my seedlings a day or 2 before I transplant them, just to make sure that they don't get a shock. So because I already pre-dampened the soil, I'm not going to water these today. I'll watch them over the next couple days and then they'll probably be ready for another water. I'll make sure the next time I water these that I will give them a little bit of nutrients. My favorite thing to use is fish emulsion. It can be a little bit stinky, but it's the great thing for the plants. One thing to note is once you're up potting plants, they're going to take up a lot more space. As you can see, I only used not even 2 of these trays, and I have almost a full tray here. So once I pot all of these tomatoes up, it will probably be 8 trays, I'm thinking. And that's how you can easily get carried away with planting. That's okay, it's better to have too many, if you have the space at least, I think. And that's it, that's all you have to do for now. We'll just put them back on the shelf and let them keep on growing, and they should be able to stay in these pots until they're time to put outside after our last frost. If you missed my first video about starting tomatoes, check it out here and I'll link it down in the description as well. See you next time, bye.